You won't
All right,
let me
ladies
cook
and
this
gentlemen,
salmon in peace?
much appreciated for y'all tuning in. Tonight, the conversation is the great tricking debate. We're going to talk about tricking. We're going to talk about the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. Is it good? Is it positive? Is it fucking up the game? We're going to have all them conversations on tonight. You ain't shit for watching. My name is Donnie. Uh, we having a wonderful evening. I'm gonna start from left to right in order of who I see on the panel. First up, we got Darth Skater. Shy, won't you introduce yourself?
What's going on, man? It's your boy Darth Skater 7 from the YouTube channel Darth Skater 7. And I ain't saying anything else. I'm just here to enjoy the debate, and I will, kind of impart some knowledge and wisdom. But other than that, I'm glad to be here, man. What's up, everybody?
What's going on? Then we got Nyab Nyab. Daphne. What's going on? What is that
I
even
don't know who
stand
that
for?
is. You call me
Daph-
Queen Daphne.
Nigga Daphne. What's going on, love?
I ain't really got no intro. I'm Daphne. I love cause and controversy. That's it.
Okay, cars and controversy. Next up on the
Yes.
list
The
is
Hellraiser.
Raindrop the Thought. What's popping? Rain, I know you hear me. Speak up. Going
Oh,
once.
my bad. I'm Rain. Hi. I don't give a fuck. Let's just get this over with.
You ain't gonna introduce your channel?
Nah, don't subscribe. I ain't shit. Oh, damn. What
You
you
ain't
mean to do?
yo, that sounding
You
like
ain't
Cardi
shit for
B, man. Let's
watching.
just get it over with.
Rain's World 24. Anyway,
You ain't shit.
next one is Red Pill on the game. What's going on, Red Pill?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, just enjoying the night, enjoying the night.
You want to introduce your channel? Speak up on it.
Okay, yeah, my channel is basically Red Pill. It basically talks about the Red Pill philosophy. Basically, like what I just told Daphne, it's just basically how the world is, not how you want it to be. How there are men are treated differently from women, and how basically women are given a pass on certain things, and men are not, and how feminism and gynocentrism is basically destroying the fabric of the family unit, and how men are to improve themselves and to find ways to basically survive in the world and to thrive and have a family. That's what I believe. I'm not into the crying about it, MGTOW typical ways about it, even though there are some MGTOWs that are not like that, and red pillars.
All right. Next up on the list, we got Roger from the Roger Report. Roger's also a habitual line stepper. He's also not listening right now, so I'm stalling until he pop on. Roger,
Yo,
can
quick
we hear
question.
from
How do you
Roger?
become one of the habitual line steppers?
By habitually stepping lines. Actually, so when we first started doing these shows, it was mine, and then Kevin popped on. And then Kevin popped on, and then Roger. So we've been working together. Really, we pretty much do a lot of these shows together. We operate together. Always one of us on the show. So we trying to run it like a network. Habitual line steppers. We always stepping past that line habitually.
Man,
So-
it's what we do. I'm back.
Yeah. See, I stalled out for you. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Hello, folks. This is Roger Stevens of the Roger Report. I'm a habitual line stepper, and it's the thing to do. So I'm here to have a good conversation about this tricking concept, and hopefully set some of you folks straight on how to do it.
All right, let's set it off. So, I really feel like this is a conversation that needs to be had. We get into this conversation so many times throughout the day. It's ridiculous. It always comes up. It's in one way, shape, or form. It comes up on Facebook in the Facebook group, Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone. It's another group, The Point of View, that comes up, especially with this Cardi B situation. I really want to hear your thoughts on tricking. So I know Roger has a unique perspective. Can I get your perspective on it first? And then I'm going to let the ladies kind of guide your thoughts on it.
Well, this is the way I deal with it. Men have to kind of get away from having ego when it comes to them dealing with women. What gets a lot of men in trouble is because we're trying to play a game against women. Women have this game they play where they financial benefit from you as they can before they give you some pussy. Men, we play the opposite. We're trying to give away little money as possible before we get some pussy. The way I look at it, if you're dealing with a female, you know, you should give her something. And the reason you should give her something, whether she requires it or not, you give her something, and I'm not saying you give her a lot. Give her as little as possible, because whatever you give her, eventually she's going to ask for more. So you give her as little as possible.
So you pro trick. Okay.
My thing is, no. Well, I'm pro being smart with your money. If you deal with a woman, you need to let her tell you whether she's a hoe or whether she's the woman type. See, the hoe type, they're going to take your money and they're going to automatically start associating sex with the money. And she's going to call you over. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hit it. You're going to give her a little bit of money and you're going to rotate. So not that she's just a whore in the streets collecting money from everybody, she turns into your personal hoe. That's what happens. She turns into your personal hoe.
Yeah,
and every time she needs a little bit of bread, she's going to call you. You give her a little bit of something. Now, the thing is, you're not dating this chick. You may start out maybe dating, but you're not dating this chick. So whatever money you were going to spend to take somebody to the movies or out to dinner, not, you can keep all that. It's just a lot cheaper to give her a little bit of money, go on hit, and rotate on out the door. And when you do this, you're going to keep her quiet because I know a lot going on in the Me Too era and all that. I ain't worried about none of that because at the end of the day, when it comes to me, any chick I deal with, she not finna say I did anything to her. She'll never accuse me of rape because if those conversations come up, now we got to discuss what she got in order to give her pussy up. And when you start throwing out low numbers, ain't nobody trying to admit they gave up some pussy for low numbers. That's just the real work. So you will never be accused of anything.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
which lady's going first?
Is it actually gonna happen? Is this actually gonna happen? Not really. You keep the numbers low, she ain't gonna accuse you of nothing.
I mean, what you're saying, it sounds good to like a stupid
what
person.
What type of quality women are bashing you for low numbers?
You ain't lying.
Like that also screams about the type of quality women you're going after.
No,
hey,
No, you missed what I said.
If you're giving
you missed what I said.
No, but what is low money? Okay, answer that question. What's the low money?
This is what I said. You let the woman decide. See, if you give a woman something, she's gonna make the determination whether she's a hoe or not. There's women that just want a whole relationship. And even if you try to get them something, they're still gonna want the whole relationship. That little bit of money ain't gonna mean nothing to her because she wants your time. She wants you to be interested in her.
If you gave her some money, she don't really care about the time. I mean, she's like, okay, I got this little money, and she gonna give you.
But you're not getting what I'm saying.
You're seeking. You seeking some time.
Yeah.
You want some ass and everything, but really, you the one getting played because if she got a bunch of guys giving her stuff. She really just got you in rotation, just like you say you got her in rotation, but she's still winning on that one.
But this is y'all missing my point.
No, go ahead and put your point out there. I didn't even hear it.
No, not you.
Shut the fuck up,
Roger. What is low money? What is the lowest amount of money? I'm just curious. Maybe that will help my point.
Man, it's going to depend on the woman and her age and things like that. I would.
Because if you're talking about $40, $40.
I knew it was 40. I knew he was going to.
I knew it was 40.
No. I said it depends on the age of the woman. It depends on the age of the woman. You know what I'm saying? I would recommend.
Stay off a back page, bro, please.
40.
No. What I'm saying? No. This is what I'm saying. If you're messing with a chick and you hit it. She didn't ask you for nothing. You give it to her anyway.
If you hit it and she didn't ask you for anything, then you just pick her off for no reason. What's the point?
What I'm saying is, if you give it to her anyway, and she takes it upon herself to associate the money with sex, because every woman is not going to do that. But if she takes it upon herself to do that, she's already told you who she is. She's a hoe that you should not really worry about. She is not the one to date. She is not the one to be in front of you.
How many hoes have you messed with, bro?
So you had to come through. You had to come through, and you knocked it down, and then you still gave her 40 anyway.
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. She didn't ask you anything.
Oh.
That's an L right there,
And
man.
you
That's
gave
like
her
that's an
$40
L.
No,
and
no,
she didn't even ask.
He asked for
no,
it.
Like, of
no,
course, a
no,
woman's not gonna say no to $40. That's
You
free
know that's free
money.
no,
money.
no,
Now
no. Now
you kind
listen
of
to what I'm saying.
like,
If she starts to associate the money with the sex, she's telling you who she is.
But technically, you're associating the money with the sex because
yeah,
you
No,
you
gave her
no,
kind
the
of
no,
free
you're
gift.
initiating it.
I'm putting it out there to see who she is as a person.
She a person
If you
that
do
took
that to a woman
$40.
that wants to, no, listen,
Fam, you just
what,
paid her gas money to come for
Jesus
like,
Christ.
That's gas money
listen
and
what
a
I'm
meal
saying.
right there. I mean, you just gave her
Donnie,
No,
money for
get your
nothing.
boy.
You gave her money for nothing.
All right,
Yes.
so hold on. So
I mean,
so
Roger,
I'm trying to
you my
understand the
so
homie,
logic
but
I
behind it.
want
damn,
I'm sorry.
fam.
I want other opinions on it.
Okay.
Red pill man, you with the red pill game.
He go,
Red
Yeah.
pills traditionally have this mindset of tricking is
please,
cool.
please,
How do you feel
Roger.
on the
Mm-mm.
subject?
Well, to me, I mean, I like back in the day, I used to go to swinger parties, and what I do is I get paid. I pay like
Hey.
at least $50 in a bottle, and if it would be $70 if you brought another chick with you to, you all do the fun. You do. She does her thing, you do her thing, or you do your thing and people watch. Like for me, I mean, if you want a trick, that's you. But for me, I wanna like get the buffet. You know what I mean? Like I pay like $50 and I could bang any chick in the room. But I mean, to each
Little
his own.
buffet.
Yeah. That's what it
Dang.
was,
Hey, them
Whole
bro.
swinger
I mean,
buffet.
parties be
that's
lit though. Them swinger
yes,
parties
they
be
Whole
do.
lit. That's all I got
buffet.
to
Yes, they
say.
do.
So you
Shit,
paying $50?
You pay to get in,
you
not
pay
to
to get
just
in. Yeah,
smash. You're
It's
paying to
not
get in,
for the
like the
sex
club.
per
yeah,
se. It's
I
for
ain't.
right.
it's to
Yeah.
get
You
into
know, I wouldn't even
the
bother with that.
environment.
Just that's me personally. I wouldn't even bother to
Yeah.
pay to get in because screw that shit. And I mean, if it's like a
Sometimes couples are free, but it just depends where you go.
Uh,
Or single women are free. I think. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So so Rain,
Yeah.
now you're our
Uh.
expert trichologist on the panel.
all right.
You ain't shit.
How do you look at niggas when they trick on you and when they did trick on you heavily? I mean, you married now, but when niggas was tricking on you, how do you look at?
I try to look at them like normal people because if I feel like this, men aren't stupid. So you if you're using somebody for money, you got to treat them like you would treat everybody else. If a nigga feels like you using them, they're gone. So you can't look at them like, oh, I'm just getting bread from you. You talk to them, treat them like this, do that, make
So you
them.
finesse your
Sell a
tricks.
dream. Selling a
Oh,
dream.
yes, that's what strippers do. We sell. I said we. Strippers sell dreams, and I took that into once niggas was tricking. It's easy to get money from dudes and not fuck them.
You know what? I'm
Super
gonna say
easy.
this. The strippers.
What?
I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong because I mean, I used to work in strip club doing security and stuff. The whole game was just make them feel like it's okay to spend their money, and don't make them
Yep.
feel like they tricking.
Yep. Exactly. So why why do all this extra stuff when you could just make it simple? Like
But you know what
it be
another
simple
thing
as
is though?
hell.
Half the time, like usually when I was in there, like I would talk to them like, I talk to them like they got their clothes on. I mean, you just there to make money, act like I've seen a naked woman before. But like I'm like, look, if time is money and you talking to me and you're trying to sell a dream, don't try to sell a dream. I'm treating you like a regular person. I don't care what you do,
Mhm.
man. I'll put you on the guys that's got the money, but I'm not gonna spend it. I don't buy lap dances. I don't never have, never will. And then I'll talk to you after you done working, make your payout and everything. I'll holler at you after that. Chances are, and
See,
most likely, they usually talk to me outside of work, and we just don't even bring up the whole stripping thing because I don't really care about it.
you want to know something funny about that? I've had customers come in and be like, "Oh, I don't buy lap dances. I don't do this type of thing. We could talk outside of the club, but
My
I
thing
can
was I
get
wasn't even
money
trying to get none.
from
I didn't
you."
care.
Oh no, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like
Yeah,
it's
of course.
been guys like that, and it's just I find them kind of amusing. Like, oh, no, I don't do this. But you're in the strip club. So what are you looking for? Like, why are you here?
Oh,
If you
I'll
don't
look
do
all
this, what are
day.
you here for?
Because you
you.
niggas have excellent wing specials, and it's $3 you call it.
Yo, I like going because
I
I do
used to
like
work at a
looking at women.
BYOB, so stop it.
Yo, I used to go because I like looking at naked women walking around. I used to bring my friends there. I'll buy them lap dances. I don't buy myself no lap dances though. I'm there to actually have a good time, but I won't waste the dancer's time by sitting there talking to her and stuff. I ain't trying to have a conversation in a strip club. No way.
I made more money talking than dancing.
I ain't
Like,
doing that. I'm not paying for
conversation.
conversation. Screw that. That's why I said if time is money, you're wasting your money talking to me because just go get your money. I'm just there.
I had an Asian dude. He was sliding me 20s like every 5-10 minutes, and I was like, "Well, shit, let's talk.
Damn.
What you want to talk about?" And then after the end of the conversation, he didn't like giving the money over the table so people would see. After the conversation, he just handed me two $100 bills. He was like, "Well, you have a nice day." I was like, "Yes, all right." That was the easiest, man. Look, hey, conversation is the key.
Incredible.
Shut up.
But see, this is why I don't go to strip clubs. I don't even promote going to strip clubs.
Boy, because they will finesse the fuck out of you.
No, my thing is, why spend money to look when you can spend money to hit?
I don't want to hit no strippers.
He talking about regular girls. Y'all got jokes.
Yo,
I mean,
I ain't saying all strippers was nasty, but the ones I knew, motherfuckers was nasty. I would not pay to smash none of them. It ain't happening.
I mean,
I saw too much in there.
A stripper is halfway to a prostitute in most cases. You know what I'm saying? That's like
it depends on how long they've been working there, if they make any actual money dancing or not, and that's real.
Yeah, that's the thing because I only
and in a lot of cases, that's your next level up is to become a prostitute. So it's a lot of strippers they get down on. We know that. But my thing is, why go for a show when you can just deal with a chick who's actually gonna give you some, and you can give her a little something. You're gonna come out way cheaper than going to a strip club or taking them on a date or anything like that.
I'm gonna say this, man. If you taking a chick out and you feel like you want to take her out to eat and stuff like that, and your main objective is to smash, and you don't get none at the end, that's your fault because you was going for the wrong reason in the first place. I mean, just tell them what's up. Just tell them what's up in the beginning. Like, look, tell them, look, I'm trying to smash, and don't take him out on a date just to like try to make it seem like you like him and all that, man. That's tricking. If you trying to take her out, you want to go eat, yeah, you want to spend time, and you trying to sell a dream, make it seem like you want a relationship when you really just want to smash it. Say you want to smash up front. Chances are, I mean, if she's feeling you can go ahead and get that. And then if she ain't feeling you, man, you're not wasting your time.
What I'm doing.
You just tricking. I understand that.
That has nothing. No, this is what I'm saying. That got nothing to do with what I'm doing. Every woman I talk to immediately knows I'm trying to smash. There's nothing to talk about if we're not smashing. I don't want no relationship with you. I don't want to see you next week. If there's nothing sexual going on, you don't have no purpose in my life.
Oh yeah,
you're just a waste of time.
Wow.
No.
Boy, if I would have met you about 7 years ago, woo! No, play.
Yo, wow.
No, 7 years ago, I already knew what the game was. And my thing is, you can pay for a show, and you can pay for feel good, and there's nothing wrong with it. If a brother want to pay for that, that's fine. Or you can pay with women who like to have sex with you. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, even if I'm in a relationship with a woman, at the end of the day, she's still gonna have to give me sex. Sex is gonna be in it no matter. We're not having sex. I have no use for you. I already have friends. I got family. I don't need random women just to know and talk to. I got plenty of them already. I grew up. Like, I met females when I grew up. I already know women to talk to. I just want to talk to a woman. So a random woman I'm just meeting on the street. No, we gonna form. It can be a relationship where it's a full-on relationship, or it can be just a sexual relationship. Either way, it's gonna be involved. And my thing is, it's better to spend your money where you actually get what you want from out the situation.
So do you equate? Huh? What's up?
She had some stuff beeping in the background. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Do you think that like tricking or just giving a chick money, that's just automatic? So that's your stance, right? Pretty much is what I'm gathering.
No. What I'm saying is, if I me personally, if I deal with a woman, if I have sex with her, I'll give her something. That's what I'm saying right off Jump Street. If I'm dealing with a woman and like say if I meet a woman that I like for some reason, if I say, hey, she's a nice looking woman, I'm gonna see what she about. I'm gonna see if I want a relationship with her. If like dates, you see what I'm saying? If don't nothing jump off after we done went on 1 or 2 dates, I'm done. She's a waste of my time and my energy.
Do you see yourself having wanting a real relationship? And if so, how do you not? I'll say, how do you make that woman know that that's not all what it is? Like, because it seemed like it's like you're putting yourself in a trap. It's like I don't know. It seems like you're putting yourself in a trap.
I'm not putting myself in a trap. I'm not putting myself in a trap at all. A woman doesn't know what I know. All I do is treat her a certain way and watch how she responds to how I treat her. If she wants a relationship, she's gonna let that be known. If she cares about money more than a relationship, she's also gonna let that be known. I'm gonna treat her the way she showed me she is.
When you give her the money straight off the bat, it's like you set a precedence, and it makes it. I mean, in her mentality, if you're not being clear, you're just trying to wait and see what she does and trying to see what her behavior is. But you're setting a precedence by giving her money straight off. Then it seems like, I mean, you're kind of steering her mentality. So she gonna. No,
I'm not steering her mentality. No, a hoe is a hoe. A hoe gonna be a hoe no matter what. It don't make a difference how I treat her. Just like a woman gonna be a woman. I can't make a woman change her character. She's gonna be who she is. All women could be
a hoe though. Pretty much all women could be a hoe.
I'm saying they can't, but at the end, I'm just saying at the end of the day, she gonna be what she wanna be. And if she shows me she's just a hoe,
she can be taking that 40 because you gave it to her. Like
I think what he's saying is he's setting the old rabbit trap. He's setting it out. He's setting a hoe trap. He's putting the money out there. And if she takes the money, then he feel like she didn't verify her wholeness, right? Is that what I'm understanding?
I mean, that's basically what it is. Because at the end of the day,
what stops you from getting hit with the long game? What if she says, "All right, I ain't taking the 40 because he trying to hit me with the okie doke," and then you think, "Oh man, this is a real woman here, man. She ain't taking the money, she ain't taking the bait," and then you think, "Oh, I got me a real one now." So you start tricking on some extra money because you thinking that she done earned it. Now
that's exactly what I would have done.
I'm saying that's game.
The thing is, if you deal with a woman, period, you already gonna set in you set yourself about how much you're willing to spend on anything. You don't let a woman dictate your relationship and how much money you're gonna spend out.
You know the kind of trap that you might be setting yourself up for? She might let you think that you're dictating stuff and you're not.
No,
you gotta keep that in mind, bro. That's game.
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. You can't dictate what I decide to do. I do whatever I want to do.
Think that you're doing what you want to do.
No, hear me out. Once if she's trying to get more than what I'm willing to give, she runs into a dead end. Period. Because I'm only gonna give what I want to give. And at the end of the day, that's my decision to make, period. That has nothing to do with her.
She ain't gotta deal with you at all though.
And I don't have to deal with her at all. You see what I'm saying? So you have a separation because she wants more than I'm willing to give.
What if she don't need what you? What if she don't need what you're giving?
You understand what she wants don't matter to me. Only what I want matters to me. What she wants matters to her. The only way she matters is if she's actually in a relationship with me. Before that happens, she don't matter. She's just some chick.
Okay, so let me get this. So on the first time you smash a chick that you've been talking to, you give her $40, correct?
I mean, that could happen. That's very reasonable.
So if the woman takes it because it's a gift, is that a problem or like?
No. And that didn't necessarily mean she's like, no. What she's gonna do is there's a pattern of behavior. A woman that wants a relationship is still gonna act like she wants a relationship. She's gonna want to see you. She's gonna want you to spend time with her. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna want to know who your mama is, all that type. She's gonna want a whole relationship. Then there's women who they're gonna just take the money and then they're gonna naturally, because this is just who they are as a person, they're gonna start calling you when they need something. You're gonna go over there and get it. You know what I'm saying? Because she's expecting that little bit of money, so she's calling you when she needs something. You see what I'm saying? Those are your hoes. Now keep this in mind. I got a chick that I deal with, right? You know what I'm saying? She called me up one day, and this got to be like at least 3 years ago. She called me up one day, and tell me I ain't been on the date with her in like 2 years, right? And I happen to be at the job. Me and my buddy laughed about it, whatever the case is. 3 years that went past, she still ain't went nowhere with me. Why? Because she's already associated herself as just a hoe. You see what I'm saying? So no matter how much
taking the $40 earned them the title.
No,
she calls me when she needs something and wants something financially. You see what I'm saying? If you take a long period of time where you're only calling me because you want something financially, you've already shown me you're a hoe. You don't really care nothing about my relationship.
There's a lot of people that do that already.
Ooh, that's
but how many of them is he fucking?
No matter how many people that do it, the thing is who's doing it with
if they already knew they can get $40 from you, then yeah, they're gonna do that.
Well, I mean, my thing is that's fine because I'd rather give you $40 than actually take you somewhere.
It's a weird problem that you set yourself up for, that it clouds the way that you'll be able to use discernment as far as like who's who, because you automatically set the precedence of giving them $40 or however much you think that they deserve.
Boy, how many times have you done this? That's what I want to know.
I'm not setting any precedents. Remember, everybody's wrong. They are who they are when I meet them. Period. And just the same way, if you meet me, you know what I'm saying, and you say, hey, I got a job for you, but you gotta do X, Y, and Z. If it's something I already don't want to do, I'm not taking the job because I am who I am already.
Ooh. Where's my phone? I'll be back.
Okay, so let me. Okay, so what qualifies as the maximum amount of money that you are willing to give a woman, Raj?
Maximum? I mean, maybe give them like 100 or something. If you've really been with them for a long period of time or something.
So she come over.
Have you been messing with her for a long period of time? You know what I'm saying? Maybe
this is not being in a relationship, or just still being like in a symbiotic relationship where you give her money and stuff, and you just having sex.
I mean, yeah, if she's giving me enough sex, yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't do everything where it's just right out in front. Like I was just telling Donnie, there's a last time I seen the chick, didn't give her nothing. The time before that, she needed like some swishes or something because she was finna smoke weed. Hey, grab some swishes for on your way over here. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Now she hit me up another day, man. I need like $60 to pay a bill. You see what I'm saying? I didn't see her that day because she was finna smoke weed. I hit her with the $60 to pay the bill.
Okay. So let me ask you this: at any point in time, these chicks that you spending money on, do you go and have you ever wifed a chick that you've been spending money on that you done gave a couple I guess twos and fews to?
No, why would you?
Okay, so automatically you paying, you coming out of pocket, it's a wrap. You just fucking ain't never a relationship settle down type situation.
No. If she shows me that her greater concern is the money than myself, there's no reason to look at her as anything else other than that. She already told me who she was, and only if you want to marry a hoe do you have a full-on relationship with a person like that. She done told you who she was. All you gotta do is listen.
So he done stood on his position. Shit. Daphne, what you think? Have you ever had a dude trick on you? Have you ever had a dude try to trick on you? Try to spend it to get your attention in time?
Nope. I don't do none of that shit. I'm not with it. Never asked a man for money. I could do for myself. So I can't relate to nothing y'all talking about right now. That's why I stay quiet. I don't see a reason for using people because I wouldn't want to be used. So I never been in that position. Just no. I never needed to ask a man for money. Unfortunately, no.
What about you?
But Roger, he crazy. Ugh. Roger, you a whole mess, bro.
I'm
giving $100, but then
no, I'm straight. I'm
you
straight
rather
to
spend
the point.
money on these chicks, but man, so you don't mind coming out of pocket for them?
No. If I deal with any woman, even if you're in a relationship, it's still gonna cost you money. It's cheaper to deal with a chick that you only hidden because you're gonna give her a whole lot less than you than you have to do when you deal with a person in a full-on relationship, because things come up in full-on relationships. See, me, if all you is just a chick I give money to, you can't tell me about your problems because your problems are not my concern. You see what I'm saying? If you run into a situation where you done blew a tire on the expressway, or you know what I'm saying, you need money for a tow, or whatever's going on in your life, you short on the rent, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You can't even address me about those things. Because
So
we already got set up what our demo is.
So you're telling me that it's cheaper for you to just give these women money occasionally than be in a relationship where y'all can go 50-50. That's what you're saying? I just want to make sure I'm on the same page.
I mean, basically, it's going to be cheaper.
So it's cheaper to give these hoes money, but not having a relationship with someone and spending money that way.
No, the thing is, you don't have to give money every time. You don't have to. You see what I'm saying?
In a relationship,
so
you
he's
have
saying,
to give money every time. That's what you're saying? Because
no,
I'm confused.
If you a man like myself, a traditional man, you see what I'm saying? If I have a woman, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's not like I'm gonna tell women this out the gate. But if I have a woman and she has any problems or concerns, I'm gonna make sure they're taken care of. Period.
But you wouldn't be in a relationship with the person because it costs more.
No. I don't have no problem with a relationship. What I'm saying is, I let the woman show me, is she relationship quality or she just sex quality. That's all.
Wow,
anybody can have sex. It takes a woman with a certain character to be in a relationship with.
He got my head hurting right now. Hold on, let me take some Advil.
So Shy, how do you feel about tricking? What's your experience with tricking? Have you ever tricked? Have you ever thought about tricking?
Nah, I just can't do it, man. It ain't in me. I feel like I feel like just being upfront straight out the gate. You know, if we have sex and it's a mutual understanding that this is what we're doing, I don't believe in the whole equal exchange. If you give me sex and I give you money, because that's pretty much prostitution and you pretty much a trick. I think if it's sex, it's just sex. That's what it is. I can't see myself just upping $40 or whatever money just because we did anything. I don't owe you anything just because we had sex. I gave you some dick. You came to give me some pussy. That's what it is. It's gonna
Pretty
stay
much.
that. Yeah, I'm not.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you some money just because you gave me some.
Prostitution. So Roger, you are a prostitute, man.
Yeah, that's a John and prostitute relationship right there. Like pretty much, you just basically giving her a tip.
What I'm doing is no different from any man. If a man takes a woman on a date, you know what I'm saying? You take a chick to dinner.
I'm gonna say this. Any woman who thinks that if a man that he don't have a chance of getting none unless he takes you out to eat, then you basically a cheap prostitute. If you think he got to give you some money before you give off some sex, you're still a prostitute. If you're a man that thinks that just because you gave a woman some money and she owe you some, you're a John.
But that's not what I said. And at the end of the day,
I didn't say that. I said what my opinion was. I didn't say that. I said that's what my opinion is.
I feel what you're saying, but my thing is, at the end of the day, if you know what I'm saying, even if you're in a relationship with a woman, you still take her out, you do things for her. At the end of the day, you're gonna spend money regardless. There is no way that you're gonna be with
you're spending money and stuff on each other though, but you got to be able to separate that stuff, because the money and everything. If you're thinking about money and you're thinking, oh, I took her out and I did all this, and you're thinking she needs to give me some because I did these things, then you're pretty much in a I don't know. That's you still. No. You know what I mean?
Look, if you're in a relationship with a person, you're gonna have sex on a regular basis, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, you are.
Exactly. So you're gonna spend the money. You're still gonna spend the money. You're still gonna have the sex. So at the end of the day, it's about your character.
Yeah. Roger,
so this is what I'm saying.
We spend money on each other when we're in a relationship.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, it's the character of the person would determine whether they're just for sex or they're for a relationship. The character of the person determines
honestly,
that.
When you look at it, everything is relationship. I mean, whether it's an actual, like, you got feelings for each other type of relationship, or you have a, hey, I'm gonna give you some money because we having sex type relationship. Everything, whether it's friendships, whether it's family, whether it's a person you have a sex with, whether it's a person you have a significant other, it's still a relationship regardless. But like, if you're looking at it as, if you're in a real relationship, you're gonna spend money on each other. You're gonna buy gifts for each other and stuff. You're gonna do things for each other. But like, if you set yourself up to be looked at as a John or a Trick, and she sets herself to be looked at as a, you know, lowball prostitute, then that's what it is.
No, you can't. This one I'm saying to you, Shy, you can't set yourself up to look like anything.
Yes, you can.
A person is gonna be who they are, regardless of what
you ever heard of
do.
a thing called perception?
Yes.
In her mind, her mind, you just a trick ass dude that give her $40 every time she show up.
So basically, to her, you are a John,
you set yourself up to be looked at as that way. So she's gonna act accordingly because that's the way you seem like you want to be treated.
No, that's not true. The thing is, if you're in a relationship with a woman,
you're closing your mind off to the concept of perception right now, because I'm giving you possibilities, and you have to acknowledge that those are truths.
No, listen. If you choose to be in a relationship with a woman that I can do that with, at the end of the day, even if she's in a relationship, she'll mess with another dude if she finds herself in a spot financially.
That means that she's got a bunch of dudes that give her $40.
I tell you this. I want him to elaborate on that statement. So go make your statement, but I want him to elaborate on that.
Let me put this out there. I'm gonna tell you this, and this is the truth. For pretty much a lot of the strippers, and pretty much any woman, there's a lot of them. There's gonna be guys that's giving her money because they think, hey, I'm gonna give her some money because it's what you want. And then there's those guys out there that's getting it for free. You don't have to give them no money. She chooses who she wants to mess with because you're giving her money, so you're allowing her to do that. But I guarantee you, as a guy that's out there that's smashing for free 99.
So basically, Roger is a John.
Hold on, Roger. I want you to expound on she's gonna call the dude when she's in a pinch, because that brings me to the everybody saw that movie Set It Off when the brother needed that money for when the brother needed that money for school. She went and laid on her back and was
she screwed
crazy.
That dude.
yeah, she was looking crazy. Brother was trying to hit. She needed that money for education. So is that what you're referring to? Can you elaborate on that,
Roger? Is Nate? I get it now.
No, at the end of the day,
wow.
If you mess with chicks that need $40 every now and then, man, you mess with the wrong chicks.
Hold on. Let him get his point across.
No.
He's Nate.
The whole thing is at the end of the day, if a chick is a faithful type of person, like she's a person to be in a relationship with, because those women do exist. They carry themselves in a different manner. Like like Daphne says, she can't even fathom that, because if I would have pulled that on Daphne, she wouldn't have took it that way. If I would have just gave her something, because I'd be like, man, here's something just to look out, just so you'll have something. She wouldn't have, in her mind, associated sex with money. She would have just said, man, this guy's treating me nice. That's all she would have said. And she would have
said that. Wait, Nate.
Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to give you props on your character. My bad if I'm shooting too high for you.
No. Didn't I just say earlier that I don't accept money from men? Didn't I say that? So how are you putting me in a nice position by saying I will accept it and be like, oh, this is a good gesture? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take money. Period.
No, when you said you didn't need, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. The whole point is, if there's a woman who is susceptible to taking money in order to get what she wants, and she's willing to have sex for that money because she wants what she wants at that particular time for whatever she wants it for, at the end of the day, those chicks cheat on their man anyway. They ain't nothing to be worried about or holding on to it or anything like that. They're gonna cheat regardless. Because whenever you can't get what they want at that moment, that's when she's gonna look for somebody else to satisfy.
So you that guy that gives it to him at that moment. That's what you say.
What I will say is I feel like I've never done this, but I feel like if I fuck you and unless it was you, Daphne, did you take that $40?
Hell no.
I feel like if I fucked you and I offered you $40, I feel like a stand-up woman gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck is this for? Nigga, fuck you.
Exactly.
Now, to his credit, I feel like if I fuck you and I'm be like, here you go, baby. Go ahead and grab that on the night stand. Man, a bitch don't get offended.
That's an insult to someone. Like,
That's an insult.
And a bitch don't get offended, there's a problem. So I see what he's saying. So she took the $40,
basically-
bitch.
okay,
Gotcha.
hold on.
Ha. Gotcha,
So
you
bitch.
gotta be dealing with them
Roger-
young chicks that still work at Sonic's or something, man. Because
Like it's
$40.
Here's
No,
$40.
Gotcha,
Get some
bitch.
new skates, baby. Get some new skates.
what I'm saying. I said you should start. I said start around $40 because the chick always eventually gonna ask for more. You know what I'm saying? Like you might. You know what I'm saying?
so it goes up.
I'm saying this
So they got like a $30 grace period, a 30-day grace period. So they
Hey, didn't I just say somebody needed $60 for? Somebody needed 60 for a bill, and I gave it to them.
They
Why?
they
Because
get
it's
a
just
raise.
$60.
Wait, Roger. You just said why? Because it's just $60. Why would you even give a whole $60 when you can save that
If
money?
I didn't hit, this is what I'm saying. If I didn't hit 3 times, and now she needs $60, yeah, you can have $60. I ain't took you nowhere. I ain't spent no money on no date. I ain't did nothing.
That's
You can have $60.
That's $20 a pop. That's $20 a pop. You got out here.
Okay, wait, Roger. You said, well, yeah, here's $60. I ain't
That
taking you
nigga
on no date. That's
That nigga
money.
said,
Man, you know what?
Chill 3 times. That's that's a deal. That's $20 a pop.
When they start talking about they bills and stuff, yeah, I got my rent due, my phone bill. Like, man, yeah, I just paid mine too, and my rent, man. Shoot, man, it's hard out here.
Right.
They gonna ask me for nothing.
Why would you say that, Roger? So basically, Roger, you use the money to see if they are whore or not. Is that what you're saying? That's like
all
your
I'm
test.
doing. I'm
Okay,
seeing
okay.
who they are.
That's your screening list. Got you.
Set a whole trap,
So
and the hoes fall for it.
So if you gave them the money
But
they didn't give you none, is it really a hoe trap? They just a person that took $60 because
No, he's saying he gave him the money.
That's a big risk right there, man. That's a risk.
No,
you gambling, man. You gambling.
No, you're missing the point.
I'm in a
Unless you
bind,
have
Kate.
sex, unless you already, no money should ever exchange. Why would you give them money you ain't
But
you
they
ain't
gave
hit
it
it
to
yet?
let's say this. If you
After
got it
the
from
bid.
them one time already, and then they ask, I'm in a bind, I need $40, $60, whatever, and you only hit one time, but they didn't technically got $100 up out of you because you gave them the 40 the first time. Now they need a bill, and then they got another 60 out of you. They don't got to do nothing else. They got 100, bro.
Oh shit! What did I miss?
Gambling. You're throwing dice. And
I think
if
you're missing
you got a
the
bunch of
point.
chicks you
Hey,
doing
Ray.
it with, man, you losing.
Rain.
Okay, wait. Can I get a summary real quick before y'all finish?
So, Rain, have you seen Set It Off?
No,
I'm
nigga,
gonna
no.
sum it up. Rain, have you seen Set It Off?
You playing the odds
Yeah.
right there, man.
Roger
you're
is
not,
Nate.
Scott.
Roger is Nate from Set It Off.
No, Y'all,
I'm sorry. I'm
Yo,
sorry.
wow.
That sums it all
Scott
up.
is missing.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I got your point. I got your point. I'm just
All right,
speaking.
Hold on.
Ty, you a damn honest, Ty.
Hold on,
Ty,
let him,
Ty,
let him,
Ty.
hold on. Let him reiterate his point.
All right, go ahead.
You're missing the point
You
of
about to
you are
get
the
mad.
no, but you're missing the point of you are the man. You dictate anything. So let's say you went out, whatever, y'all picked it, you hit it, so you give her $40.
I'm
Right?
not. That's the thing is, I ain't giving.
But if you dictate, if you're the
No,
man and you
I'm not
dictate
saying-
things, if you're the man and you dictate
You
things,
shy.
then
I'm
you
not
don't
saying
have
you
to give her the
don't,
money.
For example,
Wait, let Nate
No.
finish. Hold on, let
For
Yeah,
Nate
finish,
example-
man. Go ahead. You got it.
example, we go out, we kick it, I hit it, I give her $40, right? I done gave her 40 already, right? She got that. Now, let's say she do what Shy just said. She called me up and asked me for 100.
Uh-huh.
No,
Why
I
would
didn't say she gave you
her
100.
There's
I
no
didn't say
reason for me to give it to
I
her.
didn't say that.
You
Back
said
up.
$60.
Oh, okay, well,
I'm
no, the
saying.
thing is, anything she asks for is up to you as a man to determine has she already done enough to get it. You determine it as the man.
Wait, so Roger,
All she's doing is asking.
she would have to have sex with you 3 times to earn that extra $60?
Oh my soul.
You know what? This is what I'm saying. If we've had 3, 4, 5 times, yeah, okay, you need $60 here. That's nothing
So
for that.
So how often do you give this same chick money? Every 20 days? Because that adds up, Roger. So what if in 1 year you spent $1,000 on this chick? You might as well be in a relationship, bro.
Oh my soul.
No,
So tickled right now.
No, well, look, I'm gonna tell you this. Like me, it's like 3 chicks.
Hey, Hey man, you ain't shit.
Hey yo, think of it,
Hey, if he wants to
this
be
way,
a
man.
trick,
Think of it
let
this
him
way.
be a trick.
That's
fam.
Roger right there.
Hey, yo,
Cool,
think
get
of it
this
this way.
$40.
Think of it this way.
$40, girl.
Hey, just take me out, man. Take me out. Think of it this way.
No,
If the
no.
chick,
The thing is, y'all don't get. I don't waive the money to them. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this: if you call me and ask for something, you're gonna call me and ask me for whatever you need. I'm gonna
Right.
say, well, how many times have we done something in my mind? She ain't gonna know this. You see what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, well, how many times did we do something? Okay, so if we did something enough
Oh,
times,
so
So
okay, so Roger,
go ahead, Ray.
so
that chick
Roger,
bleeding you,
if a
bro.
girl genuinely likes
no,
you,
she's not.
like,
No, she not.
the girl, okay, you give a girl $40, y'all
Right.
kicking it, y'all smashing on occasions, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
what, y'all cool. She calls and be like, $100, and you sit back and be like, huh, did I smash her? How many times I smashed her this week? 3. She deserves $100. Is that what you're talking about?
Jesus.
Help, like,
I'm saying it's not something along those lines. Something along those
okay,
lines.
Okay,
fam,
where is she off?
you're,
Where is she
yeah,
off? Because it sounds
yeah,
to me,
you're a trick,
Roger.
fam. It's
It sounds
okay.
to me like you're a John, honey. You're a John, and it's
No, no,
okay.
no.
It's okay, baby.
She
It's
called
Wait a
this
minute.
okay.
Wait a
nigga
minute.
John.
Yeah, I got a
Wait a
valid
minute.
question. I got a valid
First of
question, yo.
all,
How many, like, how
y'all,
many
y'all, y'all
on
not getting
average?
the
I
point.
get
I
the
don't
point.
care about that.
Okay,
I
well,
Girls
don't
don't
listen.
care
care
either.
about
Here's a
what you
question.
call me.
On average, how many? Let's say that you got a couple chicks in rotation, right?
Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I want to hear this.
they're in rotation. On average, would you say 2, 3 chicks that's on rotation, and you like utilizing or like determining how much money they should get? Or what is it like? I'm trying to figure out the situation. Like, how many chicks do you usually have in rotation that's getting money like that?
Good question.
3
So
at
3
least.
chicks, and let's do an average on how much money you give them on average.
I got my calculator out. Talk to me.
I fucking hate her right now.
Talk to me, baby. He said, so I gave
Yo.
Anna $40, and I gave, man, you wasting your money, bro.
No. Wait,
Damn,
I'm not
Daphne's
wasting
getting on
anything.
him.
You got a
I'm not
whole
wasting
fund. You
anything.
have a whole
No,
fund.
actually, I'm not.
For just the whole.
That's why I'm
Oh,
not. I'm
she
not
said a
taking.
whole fund.
No, let the man talk. Let
I'm
the man
serious.
talk. Because
Yeah,
I want to
let
know
him get his
I want to
point
know
off.
the
Let him
average.
get his
Because
point
it says
off.
like he has like 3 in rotation, and then let's say, what would you say an average? Say weekly, bi-weekly. Like, what is it?
No, actually, it just depends on when it comes up because, like, I got one. I had
Donnie, I'm not
You
fit to
ain't
play
No,
with
I'm
shit.
you.
trying to hear this. I'm trying to learn something, man.
I can tell you when you're ready.
I'm sorry, Rod. Just a picture. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. It's cool. It's cool.
And
It's the
also
picture.
prerequisite: do you
It's
set
not
money
you.
aside? Do you set money aside for tricking? I mean,
That's what I meant. That. Do you set money around? Do you set money aside for those women? For the
Daphne said a whole fun, fam. I mute
I
myself.
ain't even hear that.
What? No, what I do, and this is something I recommend to all men do. At the end, when you make money, you earn your money. You got to pay bills and things like that. You make a decision on how much money you're gonna spend for fun. Period. So, like, if you go out to the show, you go with your friends, your family, you do anything, you have to have money already set aside. I'm not going past this dollar amount.
I
You see
buy
what I'm
video
saying?
games and shit, man. I
What's
get
the
pussy for
dollar
free.
amount, Roger?
I'm saying even if you buy video games, you set your money aside so you never go past
You know
that
why?
amount.
Because I could still reach to my shelf and get that video game every time I want.
That's right.
But like some ass.
You get that back, Roger. You can get
Yeah,
that
man,
back,
I ain't
baby.
doing that. If
Once
we
you
not
get the
on
money,
if
it's
we're not
gone.
on an equal page where we looking at each other as adults, look, you want sex, I want sex as well. So that's what we're gonna do and keep it at that, then that's it. But once you start thinking that you can ask me for money just because we having sex, that means that you're looking at me like I'm a possible John or Trick, and I ain't in that role. I'm not putting myself in that role, so you can kick rocks.
I mean, but there's. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. What I'm saying
We're
is,
being a
That's the way you
John.
should think, because like that's the way it need to be. Now, as far as like ugly dudes, hey, you ain't got that option. So I mean, you got to just pay. But like for like guys that's halfway decent looking, like we got that option because she can kick
only,
rocks, or I mean, it's
So
gonna be an equal exchange of sex. But if you start thinking that you can ask me for money just because we having sex, that means you done did that before. Somebody made you think that was okay, and you lowering yourself as far as value wise goes as a woman. So You basically putting the money value
So-
on your pussy. That's you, and that means you're a low ball prostitute. I ain't trying to deal with you.
Okay, wait,
Exactly.
Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead, Rain. You go first, boo.
So with
Wow.
what Shy said, does that do you value yourself, Roger, when you do that?
No,
Like,
I do. That's why I say you treat women differently. If you have a woman that you're in a real relationship with, different than chicks that you deal with, and you only put them in a sexual category. You see what I'm saying? What I'm doing is I'm just letting the woman tell me who she is as a
But
person.
you're
Well,
not
because
telling her
of
the
what
whole
I'm
You know what I'm
story
saying?
saying-
either.
Once
though.
I know who you are, that's how I treat
You're
you.
not
yeah,
telling
you're not
her the
being
whole story either.
100%
You're not
with
being
her.
100.
So if you value
No,
yourself,
no,
why would you go this route to get
You don't
money?
have to. You don't have to do this, Roger.
no. Listen,
I'm done. I'm done.
this is the problem.
I'm
Y'all ain't
serious. I
getting.
like Roger, but sometimes I just want to choke him. Can I choke you, Roger?
Oh
$40?
man. Oh.
Yeah. Give me
Okay.
$40. I choke the shit out of
So
Roger.
at this point,
at-
so we have a
at-
primary consensus of okay, what tricking is this, that. Let's go into some specific because I really want to ask these questions. So
Okay.
I want to clarify some misconceptions. So dudes say that when you go out and you spend money on a chick, you paying for a date anyway, right? No matter the price, you paying for it one way or another. I personally do not believe that. I feel like if I go out with you, I'm going somewhere where I want to go, especially on a first date, and you
Yep.
coming along with me. It's
Right.
not a situation where I'm trying to impress you. So if we go on a date and I am a $12.50 a dollar an hour nigga, and you say something like I want to go to Ruth Chris, and I take you to Ruth Chris, is that tricking?
No.
That means she still went. She still went because she want that meal.
No. It's a regular date. It ain't
Yeah.
tricking.
That means a regular date. She might not have wanted
That's
to
a
go,
regular
but she
date.
still went.
It's a regular date.
So I'm going to say that's tricking. The
It-
reason
How?
I say tricking,
How?
the reason I say tricking is I said if you a $12.50 a dollar an hour nigga, and she say she want to go to Ruth
What
Chris,
are you
Oh, I
saying?
thought
That
you
she
said,
can't
I
knows
thought
this?
you said
afford
she
Ruth
didn't
Chris
want to
on
go
your.
to Roof Chris. That's
No,
what I
no,
was
she
thinking.
does want to go to Ruth Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, she wants to go to Ruth
You're
Chris.
trying to impress
And-
a chick anyway, and you know damn well you can't afford that, man. You put yourself in a hole.
Does this chick know that you make $12 an hour?
It don't make no difference.
Yeah,
It don't
that
make
really
no
don't make
difference.
Make a
So if
difference.
you
It
say
makes a
I
do-
want to
why do
take
you
you
feel
out
like-
to an expensive restaurant, you're saying that that's tricking?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
it is.
gonna say this.
It
He
makes
said
a
what
difference.
he asked for. What
Unless-
she asked for Ruth Chris.
Unless
So
I pulled up in a yellow Lambo with gold and all kind of shit, you shouldn't be asking a nigga to take you to Ruth Chris.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna consider you a trick. Period. Point blank.
So you saying if y'all was like we going to the movies and she say no, take me to Papados, then she's a trick.
I'm gonna give you prime example. I don't ever really spend more than $20. I might go to 30 if it's something special, but I don't spend more than $20 on a first date.
Right.
Reason being is I want to get to know you. I don't feel like I can do that if I gotta spend the $50, $100. I
Right.
often don't go on
She
dinner.
might be
today.
seeing stars. Might be
Right.
saying like, yeah, I get
Chicks
what
will
you're saying.
try and get you to take you out on some. Oh yeah, him take me out to eat. So I met a chick on Tinder or something, and I said, hey, let's go to the aquarium. The aquarium had a great Groupon. It was phenomenal. But we could walk around that bitch. I can
like,
talk
nigga,
to you. I
please.
can learn who you is. Oh yeah, she was like, nah, I can't. I said, yeah, why don't we just go on a little date and chop it up? I would really like to go out to eat. Yeah, baby, I don't do food dates. I mean, you eating, your mouth is full, my mouth is
Right.
full. We don't get to know each other. Yeah, but we should go out to eat. I said we can go to the aquarium. I'd rather just go out to eat. Well, we can go to the aquarium, or we just don't even have to go out.
Yeah, that's a good way to go.
That's not a bad date.
Now, and I'll say
That's
this:
fine.
like when you said the $12.50 an hour, I think if you make sure that you let them know, what's going on with your finances and stuff, they can take it or leave it. Because
Do you
at the
think
end
a
of the day,
man should say that though?
I do.
Yeah, man,
Let 'em know.
he shouldn't have to
No, I say
explain
this. I say
nothing.
this
Well,
because
Come
here's
down,
the thing.
Roger. Okay,
Here's the
give
thing.
you a hug later.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you can't be understanding of what my financial situation is, then don't be asking me like to take you on these like $50 dates and $100 dates, because like I'm being a man and let you know like this is what I got going on financially. Bills are going to be paid first. So if I can't afford to take you out to the place you're trying to go to, man, it ain't happening. And if you can't understand that, keep it moving. And that's
Okay,
just me
hold
being
on.
honest straight off the gate.
So let me ask you a question. You would tell the chick straight up one that you in his situation, you met her on Tinder. you gonna say, yeah, girl, for the first date we gonna have to budget because I ain't making that much. Why would you tell somebody that much information at the beginning? It's none of her
Yeah, I'm
damn
not
business
telling
yet,
none of my
right?
damn business.
I'm
Yeah,
not
much,
gonna,
yeah,
I'm not gonna
it
sell
isn't
them
her
a dream.
business.
I'm
It
not gonna
isn't her
sell them a
business.
dream and make
I
it
wouldn't
seem
want to
like
know
I'm
that
doing
much
more
yet.
than I am, though.
Right.
I ain't gonna do that.
Well, at the end of the day, if she's a
Yeah.
good woman, she wouldn't put you in that position to assume that y'all gonna go to a top restaurant. Like we just met.
Don't give
And
them a point to assume anything, though. Just like let them know what it is up. That's just me personally,
You
though.
said
That's just me personally.
aquarium. Hey, you said
Nah,
aquarium.
just
That shit
dictate the
funny,
date.
though.
Just tell her
Oh, yeah.
we're going this way and that's that. We're going to this aquarium,
Right.
or we're going where. And if she don't like it, she kick rocks. You just dictate where you going. We're not going out on dates. I told her we going here and that's that.
And it's hard for me to really just even speak on like dates because like honestly I ain't really went on a whole lot of dates. Usually like they cool with just coming through and then things just happen.
Netflix and chill. Right.
Yeah, I mean
That's
I was doing Netflix and chill before it became even a term.
Right.
And then at the still like we
Redbox
still have
and
fun. It wasn't always just like okay we come and we gonna just screw the whole time. Like we gonna get to know each other, but like I don't know. I ain't really went on a lot of dates. Now, as far as high school, yeah, I take somebody out to the movies all the time. But like as far as like as an adult, it was a whole lot of coming to the house, watch a movie, end up having sex, and then like they go their separate way. But I ain't never given nobody $40 after they left.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hello.
how many of us are
1 second.
in
Say what?
relationships? I know me. You, Shy, you in a relationship? Red Pill Man, are you?
Nah, I'm not in a relationship. I'm not in a
Okay,
relationship.
but you guys have all been in relationships, correct?
Yes.
So let me ask you this: the person that you was in a relationship with the longest, where was your first date? Curious to know that.
Oh, I'll tell you my first date, man.
Go down the line.
Our first date, I went to the bar because we was talking to each other back and forth on MySpace and Twitter and stuff like that. I came to the bar. I had a bottle in the car. I met her. We went back out to the car and we drank and just did a bunch of shots in the car. And then we went
That's
back in the
dope.
bar. That's it. I mean, it was super cheap. I just pulled up. We didn't do nothing. We just chilled, became best friends just like that.
And now y'all together right now.
Yeah, we married.
Okay, next, Red Pill Man. What about you?
First date, we went to the movies. And we went to the movies, went out to eat, and that was it. Took her
How long
home.
was y'all together?
7 years.
Damn. Okay, so that first date, how much did you spend?
Not that much. It was a movie, dinner, and that was it.
Okay, next. I'm scared to say this, but go ahead, Roger.
Now, what was the question?
Oh wow, this nigga.
I didn't hear the beginning. I had to take
Okay.
a call, another phone.
Roger, you in a relationship? You're not, right?
What was the question exactly?
Roger.
Yes,
are
I'm
you in a
listening.
relationship?
No, at this point, I'm
So when
single.
you were in a relationship, the one that you were in the longest, where was your first date?
First date, I would say,
Damn, Roger. You want to think about it?
no, I'm trying to think what the first date was. It might have been to the park.
What? Hold on, I had to go to the bathroom.
Meet
What y'all say?
me by the swings. Was it like that, Roger?
No, I'm just saying it was. I think I went to a park near, or like a restaurant nearby the park. I think that's what it was.
So y'all date was in the park. It was free.
What's wrong with free?
No,
on
nothing
a
wrong.
date?
How long were y'all together?
Maybe about a year and a half. About a year and a half.
Okay, next. Moving on.
Oh Lord.
Come on.
Let me think. So I had my two longest relationships. The first date, she brought me food. Actually, both dates both of them brought me food.
Damn.
First one was in
good.
a food court. She brought me food. I worked at GameStop. I was a kid, so I worked at GameStop. She worked at somewhere like Macy's or some shit. She brought me food. And then the second one, she brought me some Mexican food. She brought it to the gym, and we sat in the car and chopped it up for like an hour or something. And then I met her that night and knocked her down.
So if you listen to everybody's stories, it was like either y'all went on a date or y'all were at a place where you didn't have to spend no money, but you guys were able to communicate, to hang out. So it sounds like it don't really matter where you go on that first date. If you're feeling the person, you're feeling them. And it sounds to me like none of y'all was screening them if they hoes or not. Y'all just let it flow, right?
Pretty much.
So,
Yeah.
so Roger, you see how everything's flowing right now? You get what I'm doing?
Yeah, I don't think y'all understand. I already get the sex. The sex is when I was explaining what I was doing. The sex comes first. You don't do nothing with money until you've already gotten the sex.
Well, here's the thing.
Are
though.
you
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Well, mine was a virgin,
Yo,
so
listen.
mine was a
I'm about
virgin.
to say,
So
Roger,
I was,
you're wrong, bro. Roger, that's
No,
wrong.
no. What I'm saying is, when I was explaining what I was saying, see, I was laughing and stuff. Like, but when I was explaining when I was explaining what I was saying, if I go out with a chick, you see what I'm saying? Well, if I go out with a chick and after I hit it, then I'll give her some. She don't know what I'm gonna do. She just living her life. You know what I'm saying? She just on a date with a dude. That's all it is. You see what I'm saying?
Roger,
Yeah.
so if you went out with a girl, she told you, I don't want to have sex yet. I want to get to know you first before I just sleep with you. It's a wrap for that chick, right? She's no longer on your.
No. I give a woman, if I'm gonna actually take her on a date, I give her like 2 dates to see if something's gonna jump off. What I do know already is women have sex with the men they like. So if she's not having sex with you, she doesn't like you.
The right questions ain't being asked. No, listen. The right questions aren't being asked.
She don't want to fuck.
Here's like, what's your I guess, how do you discern who you want? Like, let's say that you have a bunch of women that you're dealing with. You haven't had sex with any of them. If there's one that you specifically want a relationship with, how do you determine who that is? And you guys have not had sex.
Well, I'm saying if I meet a woman and I like the way she looks, and I say, okay, she looks good enough for a relationship, and you want to see who she is as a person, so you're gonna talk to her. You holler at her. You get her phone number, whatever the case is. You talk to her on the phone. If you don't have a lot of times talking on the phone is gonna tell you a lot right there in the first place. But let's say you like really into her. You see what I'm saying? So you go out once or twice. You see what I'm saying? And if nothing has happened after you took her out 2 times, regardless of how you feel as a man, she just ain't that into you. Now at that point, once you've taken her out twice, if she's done nothing, at that point, now you're trying to convince her to like you. I don't personally feel I need to convince somebody.
You just don't believe in smashing everybody that takes her on.
Let me say this. I've met plenty of women who've had the 3-day rule. So, and I say this, I dated a chick. We went on 1 date, and I was trying to smash. She was like, no, I can't. Okay, cool. She immediately called me for a follow-up date. This wasn't even 2 days later. She was like, oh, let's go somewhere. I was like, I'm not really trying to spend no money. She took me out.
She's trying to get them dates out the way so she can smash.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. It didn't even occur to me because I had other chicks in the lineup at that point. So I was like, yeah, all right. Well, shit, let me just go on this date. She called me, I think, a day later and was like, hey, so what you doing today? I'm kicking it, doing something such and such. She was like, oh, okay. Why don't you come meet me over here? We're gonna hang out. I was like, all right. And this motherfucker hit me with the look. And she was like, why don't we go back to your house and watch a movie? I was like, shit, it's a wrap. So I learned at that point, chicks will go out of their way to sleep with you in a manner of way. Are you taking that into consideration, or are you just saying 2 dates, bitch, you ain't fucking?
No. At the end of the day, women like they have sex with the guys they like. Period. That's what women do in today's age.
What if they're not?
Period.
What if they're not trying to smash like right off the back? You know why? What if they not trying to?
That's just if you start, you can. No. The thing is, even if you talk to a lot of women that are married, period, and you start asking them, I know you are, but I'm telling you, I talk to a lot of women and I ask them questions. You know what I'm saying? I done did whole little councils and we have meetings and we talk about relationships, 30, 40 people deep, all that type of stuff. There's one truth that stands out. Generally, women are going to have sex with the men they like. So if a woman has not if she has chosen not to have sex with you for whatever reason, you're trying to convince her to, and you may convince her, and it might work out for you. It may, but it may not.
I don't even try to convince. Like when you set yourself up and you're like actively seeking sex from somebody, that's how you set yourself up to become bitter because you might get rejected, or you might feel like you're being rejected. Maybe she has morals and she don't feel like she need to be sleeping with you after 3 dates or whatever.
Speak, baby.
Because
that's not what I'm saying at all, Shaq. This is
what I'm saying. I didn't say what you were saying. I will never put words in your mouth. That's what I'm saying. These are possibilities. I'm throwing possibilities out
So-
there because you're not acknowledging the different truths that can possibly be out there in existence. You're just having tunnel vision and not taking into account everything else that could be happening because you're thinking what you're thinking. You don't know what she's thinking.
So let me help you out. So Roger, so you said you spoke to a lot of married women. So I'm a married woman. And when I met my husband, I didn't give him no booty until after 3 months. That was my thing. Because I didn't sleep around that, but I knew he slept around. And I had to make sure he was clean. I'm very private and I don't just sleep with everybody. And I only been in relationships my whole life. So when I got with my husband, I let him know straight up, look, you're not getting the draws, bro. I like you. You cool. We can hoop together. We play the sticks together. We on the same page, but I'm just not ready to do that right now with you. I want to know who you are. And it takes 3 months to really know that. So he waited and we married today. So I wasn't just gonna, I never had a one night
You got the
stand and I
Steve
wasn't gonna
Harvey
fuck.
role. You got the Steve Harvey role.
No, but I met my husband 9 years ago. I didn't give a fuck about Steve Harvey 9 years ago. That nigga's a hoe. So all of I don't listen to
What
nobody.
the fuck did I just walk into?
What I'm saying is,
She telling the truth, bro. She telling the truth.
I didn't need no
She ain't
book, no
lying.
movie to make me do
Shit.
that. That's just me
Steve
as a
Harvey
woman.
is the trick of tricks. That nigga,
He
he
is.
fucked off with the
different.
fairy
Him
spot.
and Derek Jackson, they both simps. They both
You can't-
suckers. I'm
And
sorry.
you know what? Darren Jackson used to steal my material when I used to share it, and I checked his ass too. He a phony ass nigga too. I don't buy into the muscles and the extra small t-shirts. None of that shit. None of that shit amazes me at all.
Damn, Derek.
I know. I see the hustle.
Pew, pew,
He try to
pew.
sell
Yeah,
the
he
book.
hustling for real.
Yeah, and the thing is, these women they buy into it. Oh, I'm gonna buy his book. The
He's
shit
throwing
that you
breadcrumbs
buying,
out.
your
He's throwing
mama and your
breadcrumbs
father
out.
should have taught you that shit. What he's trying to tell you, that nigga's a phony. He's never been real to me. But I made my husband wait 3 months, and it worked out. So at the end of the day, it's like everybody ain't sleeping around on the first date, 2 date, 3 date. It's when they feel like they're ready. I wasn't gonna be ready. I knew I wasn't.
I'm gonna tell you this, like since you like
my bad.
a lot of females, and this is why a lot of guys mess up because they make the mistake and they think too much of themselves off the rip. I'm gonna tell you this: you can get yourself set up for a long game because selling a dream ain't just in the strip club. All right. Just because she don't take that little $40 or whatever, or just because she give you some, don't mean that she just really into you. She knows that that's your main goal, and like shit, dropping some pussy off that ain't nothing to some females. Like, all right, well, I know he gonna be giving me money. Let me hold off and everything and see how much I can get. You can still be getting played regardless. Just like you can know a man for a day, 2 days, 3 months, a year, and he finally gets some and bounce. That's the same way a female could treat you too.
True.
Discernment is very, very important.
True.
So
Can I
I
say
mean,
this?
you got to.
I mean, I agree with that, and I understand what Daphne is saying. But I'm saying, as a man, at the end of the day, can't nobody dictate what you pull out your pocket.
I think this. Take
hear me?
pussy out. Take pussy out of the picture. Take
Yeah,
that
who
whole-
talking?
yeah,
Who
take that out of the
talking?
picture.
Who talking? Somebody said, can we hear him? Hold on.
Oh,
It's
I
lethal.
think that was Roger. Who's lethal?
Lethal.
you just jumped in.
Yeah,
Nelly
Lethal just popped
Kruger.
on.
Who's Nelly Kruger?
Yeah, I heard Lethal say, "Can y'all hear me?" I think that was
All
Lethal
right.
that
that's
said
me.
that.
He's
Yeah, I
scaring
feel like
me.
this, man.
Let Lethal get a jab in there real quick.
All
Hold
right.
on.
No, what? Okay, so we're talking about tricking, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talking about tricking. Now Roger has a whole dynamic to
Now, how
he
y'all
moves.
doing, panel? Let me start there.
What's
Hope
going on?
everybody
Man?
having a good night.
What's your
I
channel? What's your
came
name?
in that NYOB was going off, so I was like, "Holy shit!"
What's your channel? What's your name?
I don't have a channel.
All right.
Okay. Well, who are you? Tell us who you are. How about that?
All right. Well, for starters, I've been on here before with these guys. Chicago and Houston. I live in Houston now. Musician, business guy, work, all types of shit. So, let me see. So, what were y'all talking about?
We talking about tricking. We talking about the dynamic of tricking. It's
Okay.
it's the conversation that always happens. So let me pose this to you. Do
Okay.
you feel like it's tricking if you got it?
Holy shit. You know what, man? That's an interesting question.
It's always tricking.
I mean, that's the funny thing about it, because I think no matter how you look at it, you're paying anyway.
Oh, one of those.
I mean, that's just how I look at it.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Now, for those who are seeking companionship on some long-term shit, you know what I mean? Okay, whatever. Like me personally, I don't give a fuck what nobody do. But it's funny because you say that tricking if you got it line, that was actually a big thing in a lot of songs and like
it was. Who remember Lil Wayne saying that?
Yeah, that's exactly who I was talking him. And even when you think about T-Pain had a song where he was just what was that off his second album? I can't remember the name of that song.
That's a lot of people that made songs, including Trick
or something. Was it that?
A lot of folks.
No, it wasn't that one. It was one where him and Wayne was actually on the song together. I can't believe it. I think it was called. And he was talking about taking the chick on all these expensive trips and shit.
Oh, bro, you can see bring up T.I. too. You remember him?
Yeah. But I think he was making fun of sugar daddies with that shit.
But when you think about it, man, Rod's kind of a low key sugar daddy. He just ain't old enough yet to really just start tricking off pension checks. But like,
the whole thing is, I think y'all just it's something with y'all that y'all just can't understand. The man is dictating everything. You don't spend no more than what you want to spend.
It's a bunch of different ways you can look at it. So we get it. We just fucking with you pretty much. You can do what you want to do, bro. At the end of the day, everybody gonna do what they want to do. Now, me personally, I feel like take seeking pussy out of the whole equation. Like, and I guarantee, for some people they can do this. Every man can't do this though. I never actively seek it. A lot of dudes don't actively seek it. It just comes to us. So, right. And then some people, some guys feel like they gotta, break off a little bit of bread every now and then to a chick, But end of the day, you're gonna do what you want to do as a man, and I can't fault you for doing that. I might clown people, but I can't really hate on it.
Now, what I'm saying that in today's time, pussy is free. You can get free pussy if you want it. It's simple. And I'm saying even in my scenario, I get the pussy for free. They don't know I'm gonna give them something after the fact. She already gave me free pussy. That's not even. Right. That's not even. That's what I'm saying. That's not even up to thought. Is she gonna give me some free pussy? What women nowadays ain't giving free pussy? Most of them are. That's just the reality of the situation.
It's all free to the person she chooses.
At the end of the day, we live in a huge hoe culture.
A huge
culture. And women are throwing pussy. Women are throwing pussy like it's water. Like it's just an unlimited supply. You'll never run out. That's how they throwing pussy nowadays. So if a man can't get pussy for free, something is wrong in the first place. I'm not saying that you can't get pussy for free. What I'm saying is the reason you give the money is so you can have certain controls over your situation. That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys get caught up in stuff because of pussy. They get free pussy, and then whatever goes on, they get into an argument with the woman. Something happens, then they getting accused of rape. They having some problem. They getting their cars keyed up. All that type of stuff. I don't deal with no problems at all. Why? Because I dictate everything.
Because you give them money.
There's a lot of guys think that just because they're giving them money, the woman is obligated to give them some, regardless, and that ain't the way it works. Unfortunately, for some people.
But that's not what I'm not.
I didn't say that you said that. I didn't say that you said that.
But I'm saying I'm not even trying to get off the vibe that a woman's obligated to do anything. Because at the end of the day, a woman's not obligated to do anything. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's just life. She ain't obligated to do anything, period. But if you deal with a chick that if you're not in a relationship with a woman and you deal with her, eventually when she wants something that you don't want to have, they do a lot of different stuff that gets a lot of guys in trouble.
By giving her money and everything, I mean what let me clarify this for me. What control
the money
are you
controls
actually gaining? What control are you actually gaining by let me clarify that for us.
What I'm saying is any woman that takes money is never going to cause any type of problem for you. She's going, if you don't want to talk to her during certain times, she's going to leave you alone. She'll never accuse you of rape. She'll never say you did anything wrong because at the end of the day,
never say never, baby.
Okay.
Because when the money stops, that's when they come out. He raped me.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. When you get to a point where you have done something for a while, eventually, if she wants something to change, she don't want to cut off her money source, so she ain't gonna really bring it to you.
$40 ain't really nothing. Really, just that ain't nothing really. I mean, you can get $40 from damn near anybody. Like that ain't nothing to control nobody with. If you breaking off 2 stacks maybe every now and then, like but like 40,
that's too much for me.
Or even 100.
So Roger, it sounds to me like you saying that you think that giving them money is gonna keep them at bay. Like if you give them money, you're never gonna be in trouble. They're never gonna scream rape. But baby, that's not how it works.
If you control somebody with $40,
listen, if you have to use money to control them, then you losing, bro. Because the money's coming out of your pocket.
Hold on, I got to deal with something. I'll be back to the conversation in a minute, and I'll explain it to you.
Somebody $40.
Oh man!
God damn, Daphne. God damn. Daphne a pit bull. Motherfuckers be thinking I'm playing when I call her a monster. Man, this nigga Godzilla.
What's your perspective on this whole thing, man? You was I don't think you got to finish your thought.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying like the fact is like, I mean, for me, like if guys got a trick, that's their thing. I mean, some men, they don't want to deal with the hassle of the relationship. And that's okay, but at the same time, you got to deal with the other backlash too. Because if you're giving money, you always got to be coming out of pocket. That always, some way, somehow, that is always going to affect your finances. You may have to work extra hard just to cover that. That loss of money.
I was saying that you're setting yourself up you're setting a precedence because you're letting her know that that's what you do. That's okay for you. So then she feels like she can ask for money. I mean,
now is buying gifts, trinkets, roses, flowers, shit like that. Is that tricking
for random chicks? For random chicks?
For a chick that you trying to fuck? You ain't fucked yet.
If I'm not in a relationship with you, you're not getting none of that.
Okay. With anybody else?
Well, the thing is like, I mean, maybe as a gesture, I don't think it's tricking. But if the fact of the matter, she already shows signals that she's not interested in you, and you're still doing that, yeah, that's tricking. As a matter of fact, that's kind of simping.
Yeah, if you're trying to convince her that you the guy, and then you doing too much, especially if it's something that you wouldn't regularly do on a regular basis anyway, because that's why a lot of guys get messed up, because a lot of women be like, well, you're not the guy that I met. Well, you putting on a front and doing all this stuff because you're trying to convince her that you're the dude, and then you really ain't trying to get in a relationship. You just trying to smash. You smash, and then you guys are in a situationship. And now you stuck because you ain't trying to do all this stuff no more. If it ain't you, don't start the habit.
All right. I mean, a woman tried to pull that sucker on me. I mean, we had sex, and then the fact that she wanted to pull. Well, I want $50 for a coat. I said no, because I told her I don't do.
You got to leave her alone right off the back on that one, because that's when that means that she's been dealing with a lot of guys who will start giving money up or start giving gifts and things like that just because they have sex. She inadvertently treats herself like a prostitute.
Right. And I broke that off. I said, listen, I don't do that. It has to be mutual for me. I can't do that. We have sex and then I give you money. I can't do that. I just can't. That's why I said I only did that, back in the day. I did the swinger thing because at least I got more bang for my buck. I gave, like a certain amount of money, like $50. And also they had fried chicken. They had rice. You could eat there too. And I had seriously, man.
Real quick.
Nigga, I gotta get my electrolytes back up. Hold on, let me get this chicken. Put some salt in
it was lit, man. It was good, man. They had people come from Jersey. I mean, it was good, man. I mean, that swinger party thing. Those swinger parties, you get more.
Right there, that's best life. That's the subject right there.
Yo, man, I had 2 women at a man. Look, that is the best. It's the best, man. I mean, I that's why I say if you're gonna trick, you might as well do that, because at least you get more bang for your buck. One girl don't want to be with you.
We got a whole conversation. We got into a whole conversation and even an argument on Facebook where there was a post. I got kicked out of the group behind this too. My standpoint was, and most of the females on the post, they were saying that if they're having sex with a guy and he's not doing anything for them, like as far as like monetary wise, then he don't deserve sex. And I'm like, okay, well, you're basically fighting tooth and nail for the fact that you want to think like a prostitute, but you don't want anybody to call you a prostitute.
Pretty much.
And they got mad. Like they got so pissed off, they kicked me out of the group, because I'm like, look, you got to listen to it, and you might not want to hear it, but if you think that a man owes you money because you're having sex, then you pretty much a prostitute. I don't care how you look at it.
Yeah, I mean,
otherwise, and they got pissed.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, if you
all went blank, I'm like, damn, they kicked me out.
Yeah, some women don't like hearing the truth, so instead they rather do the lame shit, like kick you out of a group.
Yeah, you got to just
Like I
call it
said,
what it is, man.
But see, like I said, this all
prostitute.
ties back to what we was talking about at the beginning of the conversation, the shit with Cardi B. How I made that post and I said that she was trash and that she, you know, that she needs to
Yeah,
get
the
her ass
audience,
locked up.
wasn't present for that, so that
And-
was a trick.
Right.
So make
And
sure
if you
you
look
keep that.
at, and I sent that to you already, B, but when you look at the comments, if you go through the comments on my post, I mean, there's over like 20,000 comments. I would tell you 80% of those are women saying that she had to make a living. She didn't have no money. She was coming out of. I don't want to hear none of that shit. She's trash.
Okay, so they should let R. Kelly go. They should let R. Kelly off the hook then.
And Bill Cosby. No, let Bill Cosby
Right.
go. Because the shit she was doing,
Yo.
the shit she was doing is illegal. And then for me to start getting death threats from women, I never thought it would go that far. Women saying that they was gonna beat my ass on sight. I mean, mind you, it's been shared over 150,000 times, so I knew that was gonna come with the post. But getting death threats for booger wolves, like y'all ain't gonna
crazy.
do shit. They love these women. They riding for
You know
what's
for
scary
free.
As far as that,
though?
man, as far as that
What's
goes,
up?
like think about this, man. Like there's a lot of rappers that said that, oh, I had to sell birds, I had to sell drugs to get out of my situation. And I look at it as the same way. She was doing illegal shit. And then why do people think that she wasn't doing stuff like that? She's trashed then and she's still trashed now. She just made some money off of being a hood rat.
She could have shut the fuck up though, and this would have never got out.
She should have told him. Well,
Thank you. That's what she could have kept her mouth shut, but she doesn't know when to shut up.
The thing is, it was 3 years ago. She still said it. I think she should be arrested for her crimes. And then if anybody comes forward for soliciting prostitution, they need to get arrested too. But
She already admitted this shit. It's a rap.
Yeah, it's a rap. Yeah,
and plus, there's no statute of limitations in New York, so the guy can press charges.
And that's the thing. Lock her up. Go ahead and lock her up. And then people were like, well, you know, they should let Bill Cosby go because back in the day, at the social climate, they didn't think that they could step forward. I'm like, okay, hold on. A lot of the people who made the allegations against Bill Cosby were what color?
White.
Okay, so how come
all they had to do was sneeze at the nigga, he going to jail?
So, yeah, so I was like, social climate at that time, it don't matter. It don't matter what time it was. They can come forward. That whole thing is a different situation.
Right.
Drugging somebody and having sex with them, and rape. Okay, that's one thing. Drugging them and robbing them, that's another thing. They're both crimes. Don't get me wrong, but you can't put those on the same level because one is rape and one is getting robbed. They both
here's the
feel
thing.
wrong though.
I don't think you heard the video of her saying that she also allowed trannies to have their way with these.
No.
Yeah, that's a whole year.
You didn't hear the
See,
video.
I posted that.
She said that there's other ways to get back at somebody if a guy does you wrong. She said what she would do or what she could do. She didn't say she did it though.
Right.
First off, she a Bronx bitch.
She
did that.
Rip, man.
She did that.
This is what I would. I mean, bro. She broke the shit down. She broke the shit down. I gave him perks. She knew all that shit. In my heart, she did it. I got a criminal justice degree. She did this shit. You mean to tell me that one nigga?
Either way it goes,
did her dirty.
Either way it goes, she was trashed then, and she's still trash now.
She's still trash. But the thing is, women would go hard for her. I don't care if she came out and said that she was putting, poison in niggas' drinks. They would still say you gotta do what you gotta do. But if
I wouldn't have messed with the chick in the first place. Like, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
But check this out. If a man came out, let's say 50 Cent came out and said before he made it, he was selling drugs, but he was also drugging women and robbing them. You mean to tell me that women would be like, well, hey, he didn't rape them? Come on, bro.
They all need to be locked up regardless. Like, if it's just drugging and robbing.
A crime is a crime.
Yeah, crime is a crime. If they're drugging and raping, take them to jail. All of them. Every last one of them. All the rappers out there right now that's saying stuff that they did or telling themselves on record, take them all to jail. If they was out there telling their plight and story and like, oh, I used to do this and that, take them all to jail.
It's a young nigga right now who just got busted. He wrote a song about how he killed his friend, and these motherfuckers playing the lyrics. I didn't mean to shoot him, but he scared me. His light went through his eyes. I didn't care. Like, nigga, what? Whoa. It was June 13th on the block of 15th Street.
All the details.
Nigga, what? The Boondocks. When that nigga was like, prayer for the bailiff and the jury and the court reporter. Nigga, what? Nigga, you took your gangster too far, nigga. You took your gangster too far.
Like, why start asking for accountability now when we've been listening to this crap? They had a whole stop snitching movement back when Jeezy was out. Like, I'm like, come on now. Take them all to jail then. Take everybody to jail. Take Cardi first and then go back down the line, man. We got to stop this garbage right where it is. We can't pick and choose when we get.
I want y'all to get Cardi first, and then I want y'all to go get this motherfucker. What's his name? The Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent out here bragging about fucking 15-year-olds. Go get that nigga.
Dig Elvis up and put him in jail because he, you know.
Who the other one?
What about DMX? What about DMX now? What about DMX? He made that song. X is coming. He said if your daughter's older than 15, oh, I'm a raper. Then I'm like, whoa.
Go all the way back to Biggie, because Biggie was on some crazy stuff too.
Biggie was fucking little Kim at 14.
Biggie was kind of weird to me because he said he would tell you like that song called My Bitch. He would said your girl, you look so good I could suck your daddy's dick. That shit like, kind of weirded me the fuck out, man. That weirded me the fuck out.
You know where that came from though?
What?
That came from Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
I suck it. You know, Richard Pryor was a homosexual at certain points. You know, he in his book he talked about how he had gay sex just to see if he liked it.
So messing all your icons up.
Yeah, in his book he talked about having gay sex.
He's the reason why Pam Grier can't get pregnant now. He was fucking her with cocaine in her uterus.
Oh my god!
Wait, say what?
Yeah.
Well, they said what's his name? Paul Mooney said he was fucking everybody in Hollywood. He was just knocking bitches down left and right. He said he fucked her with the cocaine in the uterus. They said he fucked Dolly Parton and a couple of other white celebrities. He was doing his thing.
Man, that's disgusting, man.
Yeah, Paul Mooney said he walked in the room and Dolly Parton was butt ass naked. He said, "Oh, I see you've got company."
Back to tricking.
Got your penile reparations, brother. Back
to tricking. Yeah.
Okay.
This always happens.
Yeah, you stay getting off course, but so I mean the dynamic of tricking, we pretty much got that. Does anybody have? Because I'm gonna wrap it up at this point. Does anybody have final thoughts? I can run down the line if you want to just volunteer. Let's get some final thoughts.
I would. Yeah, I'm Red Pill Man. I got a Facebook group called Points of View. So if you want to hit that up, and I could, you could check out my content, my Red Pill content on YouTube. And you can check me out on Anchor. Anchor, you can get that on Google Play Store, the Anchor app, and you could check out my content there too, my podcast.
I think I got kicked out of the Points of View group.
No, you're still in Points of View. What you talking about? You're still in Points of View. That's my group.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my group, bro. You're in my group. I tagged you today. I think the day before yesterday.
You know what? He had a clown in there. He had a clown in there. That might be a fake account. Who was dude in there? You had an admin and that was a clown. I think you had a Patrick.
Patrick. Oh, Patrick. Boiler's not. No, hell no. That dude is. I mean, I know him. He's cool, but he can't be no admin, man. Now he got too many people scared of him. He be fucking messing up people's groups, fucking them up. And I mean, we're cool. I wanted him to be admin, but then I found out his history, and I couldn't have him.
Yeah.
Did you have?
That might be a fake. That might be a fake page, bro.
Did you have? I know you put out Chihuahua.
Who's that?
We'll get into that off air. You know, I ain't just gonna mention clown ass niggas. But yeah, we can get into that off air. But yeah, so I mean, you pretty much done with your final thought. You know, I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah. I'm done.
How about you, Daphne? What you got to say on the trick debate?
You are crazy. We didn't allow Roger, aka Nate, to finish what he had to say, but it was amusing.
Well, I feel like we could revisit that. I really do feel like we can revisit that.
I'm surprised you ended it so quick. I thought you was gonna go all night.
Nah, you know, I got shit to do. Plus, I'm trying to get these. I feel like this is a good conversation. I want to drag it out. So, but go ahead, because I'm gonna give y'all the next topic. I don't want everybody to come on. But go ahead.
No, that's it. I mean, I don't know who Lethal is, and nice to meet you, and Red Pill Man. Nice to meet you too.
Thanks.
Likewise.
Yeah, we know each other. Yo, Red Pill Man. That might be a fake page of me though. Real talk. So, because right now I only got 2 pages.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that off here. That y'all can cover that.
I gotta find that out.
You got your final thoughts on the tricking conversation. I know you missed a lot of it, so you input your 2 cents.
Well, hey, you know what? It is what it is. That's all I can say.
Well, damn, hey, you said it. Shy, run your route.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as him. Like, this conversation was enlightening. But at the end of the day, man, you're gonna do what you want to do. I'm not gonna knock anybody. I will clown you, but I ain't really gonna knock you for what you do. Because I mean, you're gonna do what you want to do. Just call. I'm just saying this. Call it what it is. Don't try to sugarcoat it and try to explain your way out of being a trick. If you're a trick, you're a trick. Just be that. I ain't doing it, but if you're gonna be one, be one. Just understand what it is, understand the position that you could possibly be putting yourself in, and the pitfalls of that. Because I don't care what kind of logic you apply to it, it's still tricking.
Right.
Living your best trick life. No, all right, okay, well, shit. I mean, we ran it down the list. He said it. Typically, these conversations do get off track, but we did a pretty good job tonight staying on track. I'm proud of everybody. The next show I do. I'm gonna rehash an old show because I really thought it was fun and I want to explore this conversation some more. It's the hoe sickness. Sometimes when you in a relationship with a chick, some shit dudes do it too. They like to come up with the hoe sickness. You can't leave me. I'm sick. So we're gonna explore that a little bit more. The whole sickness is a problem out here. Oh yeah, we can get into some conversation. But we're gonna say that.
What is the whole sickness? What is the whole sickness?
I got stories for you.
Whoa. What is the whole sickness? What is the whole sickness?
The whole sickness.
Let's do that now.
When you cut a chick off, what ends up happening is she starts playing games. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, something happened to me. My car broke down. She do things trying to get back in your life because she's at a disadvantage. She's seeking sympathy, hoping you'll change your mind, come around.
Oh, like she's pregnant and stuff like that. Oh,
yeah, chicks play pregnant.
Click a box cutter on the phone and say, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself. And they get to the point where I'm like, look, just do it because I'm tired. I gotta go fast. I hung the phone up and you think I'm playing? I'm really gonna do it. I'm like, you know what? I don't care no more. Click.
Good luck to you. So yeah, we don't give them too much, but that's the next conversation. Aside from that, my name is Donnie Casanova, and at some point during the night show, you're gonna feel like myself or anybody else on the panel said something and it just wasn't shit. Well, you ain't shit for watching. Y'all have a wonderful night.